This is the Shanmugapriya, the placement officer of the college. On behalf of Shri Shankarlal Sundarbai Sachin Jain College for Women, I take immense pleasure in welcoming our resource person for today, Mrs. S. Kanchana, who is a Senior Manager, Training and Delivery, Global Talent Track Private Limited. She has 5 years of experience as a business communication skills trainer. She has 8 years of experience in project management, HTD, PhD, CSR projects, 5+ years of experience in handling campus and off-campus recruitment process. She has finished thesis and submitted on the importance of communication skills in IMS. She participated in many leadership development programs conducted by GTT. She has been awarded as the Best Employee of the Year 2019. She is the most recognized for client handling and team handling skills. And we are so proud to say that we have been associated with Global Talent Track for the past 8 years. So we are privileged to have you, ma'am, as a speaker for today on the topic interview skills. With no further delay, over to you, Mrs. Kanchana, madam, for the session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I just need a minute. Just give me a second.
Okay,
I'm trying to say that.
Yeah.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, and it's been always pleasure for me to be part of such kind of initiatives, especially for Triple S Jain College for Women.
Thank you so much.
I just need a minute. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry about that. That has been a technical challenge from my end. Am I visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, just a minute. I have to log off and log in. There is some on and off from my end. I don't know.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, sure.
Yep, thank you. All right, thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Kanchana from Global Talent Track Private Limited. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Students of Triple S Jain College for Women, I'm trying to enable my video mode, but if I enable my video mode, my voice is interrupting. So I'll switch on my video shortly. Good morning, girls.
Girls, you can put it in the chat box.
Thank you, Sweda BCA, for a quick response. And it has been always a privilege and pleasure to be part, to interact with freshers crowd like all of you, especially for this particular institution. And I'm sure I will meet all the expectations in terms of interview skills today. Let us make this session more interactive. Thank you for the introduction, Shanmuga Priya ma'am. With my experience or industry experience as a hiring manager through different campus interviews, I shall be able to share my experience or some tips and tricks to crack your campus interview. I hope all of you are from the final year of graduation. Yes? No? Fantastic. Second year, final year, okay, mixed crowd, any which ways, post completion of your graduation, I'm sure either you may opt to go for a job or you may prefer to pursue higher studies or to become an entrepreneur. However, there has been always a chance for us to come across a lot of interviews for job opportunity or higher studies or any other entrepreneurship program also. So today's topic is about interview skills. What do you think about interview skills? Why are we discussing it as an interview, as an important topic for today, according to you? What is interview skills? Ma'am, are these students allowed to be in the voice mode?
No, ma'am, they can only chat, ma'am, in the chat box.
No problem.
Yeah, because it is the connection for the speaker. No, everybody switch on, and so that's the reason we made. We have the control with the technical team.
Okay, I understand. Is there a chance for us to give them an opportunity for some time to be in the voice mode? Is that possible?
Technical team, can you do that? Technical team?
Yes, ma'am. Will do, ma'am.
Yeah. Please,
Thank you so
please.
much.
Yeah.
Because the topic is in such a way, I would really love to hear from them when we talk about interview skills and the preparation for the interview.
Sure, madam, I can get your point. Yeah.
Thank you so much. How we express our way in interviews. Well done, Aarti. Any other thoughts, ideas? I think in few minutes, you shall be able to get into the voice mode so that we can go for live interaction. Any other answers, thought about what is interview skills and why is it important? Thank you. You can unmute and talk. Come on, let's talk. This is not a real interview. So this is the opportunity for you to exchange your ideas and thoughts related to interview process so that I can pick up the pulse from there and I shall be able to share my ideas and thoughts. The attitude and behavior when attending an interview. Fantastic, Deepika. But it's all about your personal presence. What is interview skills? A person is allowed to be more effective through the interview process for a new position. Well done. See, now you have an opportunity to unmute and talk. Will you be able to unmute and talk? Good communication is important in interview skills. All right. Okay. In general, interview skills meaning skills required to crack the interview process. According to you, what are the skills you must possess to crack an interview? One word answer from each and every one of you. I have defined what is interview skills. Let me repeat the answer. Skills required to crack the interview process for a job or for higher studies, for any kind of program or scholarship, or let it be anything, entrepreneurship or internship. According to you, which is the key skill to crack the interview process? Smart answers and good communication skills. Fantastic, Sangamitra. Sangamitra, you can unmute and talk. When you say communication skills, so I look for verbal communication here. Any other answers? Come on. This, I have always seen the high level of energy.
Non-verbal communication is as well as important. The eye contact, how you present yourself, that is also important.
Totally agreed, Kushi. Yes, non-verbal communication, because in the process of interview, it is a different scenario nowadays because mostly we are taking up virtual mode of interview. Both in the face-to-face interview process and virtual mode of interview process, non-verbal communication plays equal weightage like verbal communication. Of course, non-verbal communication includes eye contact, nodding, facial expression, your posture, your gesture, everything in front of the camera or in the face-to-face of interview. Great. Aishwarya, collaborative skills. Would you mind unmuting and answer what is collaborative skills?
Aishwarya, you can unmute and speak, ma.
Aishwarya, ungla portha varaikku, what do you mean by collaborative skill? Teamwork. All right. Do you mean to say there must be a teamwork between the interviewer and the interviewee? This makes me to ask you a question. What is the difference between interviewer and the interviewee? Who's the interviewer and who's the interviewee, girls?
Interviewer is a person who takes the interview for the interviewer, an interviewer who has come for the application of job.
Can you please repeat your answer? Because I guess you have mentioned, you have used the same word for both the definition. Okay, interviewer is the one who conducts the interview. Let me use the chat window. Interviewer conducts interview. In other words, hiring manager. Interviewee, who attends the interview. Got the point? Like employer and employees. Yes, no, some kind of acknowledgement is required. Okay. All right. So which are the other skills or considered as interview skills? There are close to 180 participants. I'm looking forward for at least 18 answers, which is just 10% of the response. Build and maintain trust. Do you think you can build and maintain trust in 30 minutes or 45 minutes of interview process, Denita? Because that's a very big word, two big words. Build and maintain trust. Can someone build trust in 30 minutes of conversation? Right. Punctual and discipline. I agree, punctuality is one of the key skills for interview process, but how do you display discipline in the interview process, Sangamitra? Can you please unmute and talk?
Ma'am, sitting in a proper way.
Okay, because discipline stands or means something else. You mean to say body posture, positive body language?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, great. Any more answers?
Ma'am, our way of speech.
Way of speech, good, to be good or bad?
In a good manner.
Okay. Right, any more points? Because you're not even close to 10 key skills required for interview skills, guys, or girls, I would say. Come on, think about it.
Polite communication, ma'am.
Okay, then what else?
Our communication want to be attractive.
Attractive, okay. That's
attention grabbing communication.
okay.
Keep the answers brief, ma'am.
Brief answers, okay? What else? Okay. Please put yourself in the employer's or interview shoes. Imagine that you own a company, you want to hire people, you are in the process of hiring people. What are the key skills or top 10 skills you will expect in the candidates who appear for the interview or to be selected for the job? I have rephrased my question. Now you're going to put yourself in the employer's shoe. Don't think as a candidate who attends the interview. Think as an employer.
Multilingual person.
Multilingual, very good. Why multilingual? Let's make a note of that. Multilingual. Please leave your. I need to reply to all these points. So let me try. What is the next point? One, multilingual. Point number 2.
Well presented.
Presentation skills. All right. Presentation skills, or what do you mean by well presented? Do you mean to say grooming?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, grooming, not presentation skills. All right. Or let's consider both. What would be fourth skill?
Teamwork.
Teamwork. All right. Next.
Technically sound, ma'am.
Fantastic. This must be your first or second answer. Communication skills and technical skills, or top 2 skills to crack the interview, required to crack the interview. All right. Fantastic. When I say technical skills, it's not about computer skills. It's all about your domain skills. If you're from commerce background, you must be good in commerce and accountancy. If you're from mathematics background, you must be good in calculations, formulas. If you're from science background, you must be good in concepts and theories. So technical skills stands for domain skills here. Fantastic. What would be the 6th skill?
Related work experiences, ma'am.
Work experience. Okay. All right. 7. Point number 7. You have only 4 options now. 4 of you can answer. What would be the 7th skill expected or required for a candidate to crack the interview process?
Good grades, ma'am.
Academic scores.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Then 8.
Quick problem solving skills, ma'am.
Problem solving skills. 9.
Experienced.
Point 6 is work experience or relevant work experience. So you're repeating the point. Anything else?
Maturity, ma'am.
Maturity. Can you please rephrase the word? Think broad. Attitude. Do you mean to say attitude? The one who said maturity, do you mean attitude?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, attitude or positive attitude. And what would be the
Flexibility,
last?
ma'am.
Fantastic. Flexibility. Great. I think these are the answers I have received from all of you. Now, let's discuss one by one. And next to that, I would like to cover 2 important topics for today. Number 1, goal setting. And number 2, SWOT analysis to set your goal. I know that these would have been very familiar topics for you. But as a person from talent development organization like GTT, we meet a lot of candidates through campus interviews, and we try to bridge the expectation of the employers or the clients by identifying the right resource from the market. So we understand the requirement of both the employer and the employee, or in other words, both the company and the candidate's first point of view. So I would like to cover these 2 points, which are really important for a job seeker, to understand, realize, and to start working. Those two topics are point number 1, goal setting. Point number 2, SWOT analysis to set your goal as a job seeker or as a student. We will move on to that topic once we discuss these top 10 skills recommended by you as required for interview process. What do you mean by multilingual? When you say multilingual, which are the languages to be known by the candidate?
Compulsorily
English.
English and
English,
other
Hindi.
regional languages where they have like companies in other states.
Okay. I have a request to all of you, those who have logged into Zoom. Can you please rename your name, because I may not know who is Realme 7 Pro. This is one of the basic, skills required for a candidate to be part of virtual mode of interview process or training process. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Just click on your name. If you look at the participants list, you can find option called more next to your name. Click on to more, and
Yes,
you may
ma'am,
find
I
an option
did,
to
ma'am.
rename. Thank
Really
you so
sorry
much.
for that, ma'am.
No problem. How about others? Thanks, Reshma. I request all of you to rename your name so that it's easy for us to use a name while interact and chit chat. You're right, Reshma. Why is English important in the process of interview? Why
It's a
is
business language.
fantastic? If this basic understanding is clear for all of you, then you're through in this particular expectation. The common mode of language in the business world is English. There is a difference between communication skills and language skills, girls. Please do know the difference. If you're good to speak, to understand, to read and write in any mode of language, then you're good in communication skills. Let me repeat the point. If you're from Tamil medium background, if you're not good in English, if you're not from matriculation or CBSE background, never mind. But if you're confident enough to interact, to exchange your ideas and thoughts clearly, to understand what is the expectation of the other person verbally, which means you're good in communication skills. But when it comes to language skills, especially in the business world, you are expected to speak good English. So if you're first and foremost, you have to be good in communication skills to improve your language skills. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there someone from this crowd who wants me to speak in Tamil or rephrase my examples in Tamil as well?
No, ma'am.
If there is someone, because I think this is an open forum. This is not only for Triple Jain College for Women crowd. As it's an open forum, I'm assuming that some students would have joined from other colleges also. If that's the case, உங்களுக்கு நான் தமிழ்ல சில points rephrase பண்ணணும்னு நினைச்சீங்கன்னா, please feel free to let me know. You can text in the chat window also. இந்த ஒரு பாயிண்ட் நான் தமிழ்ல ரிப்பீட் பண்றேன் girls. கம்யூனிகேஷன் ஸ்கில்ஸ்க்கும் லாங்குவேஜ் ஸ்கில்ஸ்க்கும் நிறைய டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு. இந்த டிஃபரன்ஸ் தெரியாம தான் நிறைய பேர் சஃபோகேட் ஆகுறாங்க. They are not learning to improve or they are not efforting to improve their language skills. ஒரு விஷயத்தை, ஒரு கான்செப்டை, ஒரு சப்ஜெக்டை, ஒரு கான்வர்சேஷனை உங்களால தெளிவா தமிழ்லையோ ஹிந்திலையோ தெலுங்கு whichever is your mother tongue, and the process of communication. Let's take an example. உங்களோட கிளாஸ் ரூம் இன்ட்ராக்ஷன் இருக்கு. மேம் ஒரு செஷனுக்கு வந்து ஒரு கிளாஸ்க்கு வரல, இல்ல வர்ச்சுவல் செஷன்ல வரல, நீங்க ஆன்லைன் வர்ச்சுவல் மோட்ல கனெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கீங்க, இல்ல ஃபேஸ் டு ஃபேஸ் கனெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கீங்க. If there is a conversation happening there, அந்த கான்வர்சேஷன்ல உங்களோட ஐடியாஸ் அண்ட் தாட்ஸை உங்க ஓன் லாங்குவேஜ்ல கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ண முடியும். அது ஆப்போசிட்ல இருக்கிற பர்சனால புரிஞ்சுக்க முடியுது, question பண்ண முடியுது, இல்ல ஆன்சர் பண்ண முடியுதுன்னா, then you are good in the process of communication. Is that clear? Any questions? Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Fantastic. Because communication skills is of 4 skills: reading, writing, Which are the other two skills?
Listening.
Yeah, what is this? LSRW, have you heard about it? Anybody
Yes,
from
ma'am.
English background, English literature?
Yes, ma'am. Listening, reading, writing.
Speaking.
LSRW stands for listen, speak, read, write. Why is this particular order? Any guesses? Why is it not LRSW? Why is it not LWRS? Why is it not LWSR? Why is this particular order? The order is LSRW. What does it mean?
Ma'am, first we have to listen. Then after that we have to speak. From speaking we have to read what they say. And after that we can write in notes.
Fantastic. Big round of applause to Nityashri, right? Very good. You're absolutely right. Before you speak, you have to listen a lot. If your aim is to improve your language skills, which is English language skills, you should start listening a lot in English to speak moderate in English. You have to read a lot in English to write in good English. So listen more to speak correct. Read more to write correct. That's why this particular order is there. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Tamil or proverb irukku illaya, rendu kaadu oru vai, because we have to listen more to speak less. We have to read more to write moderate. So if you have to improve your communication skills, you have to practice these 4 skills. And to improve your communication skills, you can choose any language as mode of communication. But my suggestion is to choose English because it's a business language. All right. We are very clear what is multilingual. So in this competitive world, a candidate is expected to be good in both English and of course the regional language. First priority is to communicate effectively in the business language, which is English. What do you mean by presentation skills? Point number 2, what is presentation skills? Someone said presentation to be well presented. What do you mean by that? Can you please rephrase your answer? Girls? Okay, here technically the word presentation skills can be understood in 2 different ways. The way you present personally, the way you present yourself, or the PPT, the PowerPoint presentation which you make use of. See, it's not necessary that all the interview process has to be verbal mode of interview. Sometimes the interview rounds may differ. It depends upon the company or the employer. Some interviews may begin with aptitude written test or online test. Some interview process may begin with group discussion. Some interview may begin with presentation or extempore kind of activity. Some interview process may begin with written communication test. So we have to be prepared in all the ways. Point number 3, grooming. Of course, we know what is grooming. It talks about both your physical and your head to toe presentation, I would say. It talks about both body language and dressing. Point number 4, teamwork. Why is teamwork required for interview skills? I don't get the point. Who said teamwork? May I know the person who said teamwork? Girls, am I audible? Shanmuga Priya ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Teamwork na enna? Interview ke edukku teamwork ngra oru concept vanduchu.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
I say
sharing our
teamwork,
work.
ma'am.
Now, how do you
Because-
prove that? How do you prove that in the interview process is my question.
Like we can go with others because some work may be like a certain goal can not be achieved by one, no, ma'am. So teamwork is needed. So we should have that mentality to work with different peoples.
No, I get that point. But my question is, how do you prove that in the interview process? How do you prove that you're a team worker? Do you think my question was, what are the top 10 interview skills according to you? My question was not, what are the top employability skills according to you? Hope you understand the difference. Interview ku theviyana skills vera, employment ku theviyana skills vera. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you
Yes,
may
ma'am.
not be able to prove team skills. Probably you can say flexible resource, adaptability or flexibility. For example, if the HR or the hiring manager questions you, come on, if you're offered, will you be able to relocate to Bangalore or Pune location? What would be your answer? It is an
Yes.
opportunity to prove whether you're flexible or adaptable or the person who's ready to contribute to the organization. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is the next point which I've texted in the chat window? Next to teamwork.
Technical skills, ma'am.
Okay, technical skills அப்படினா நான் already உங்ககிட்ட சொல்லிட்டேன். It's all about your subject knowledge. Communication skills is one of the key skills required for interview process or to crack the interviews, because generally the interview process goes in such a way. First would be your HR round, and definitely you have to clear technical round so that you can prove your technical skills. Technical round is part of any interview process. Harini, I request you to be in the mute mode if you are personally interacting. Thank you. Right, what is the next point? Next to technical skills?
Relevant work experience, ma'am.
Okay, relevant work experience as a fresher, நீங்க எப்படி explain பண்ண முடியும், என்ன mention பண்ண முடியும்?
Diploma courses in particular work.
In the particular point, yeah, that's right, Reshma or Deepika. But we will discuss about this point in detail tomorrow when we are covering resume writing as one of the interview skills. Resume writing la enna points போடலாம் போடக்கூடாது அப்படிங்கறத we will definitely talk about it. But here, it's not necessary. For example, if you're pursuing BSc chemistry, if you're pursuing BA history, it's not necessary that you have to do dual course or you have to do diploma course. You can also talk about your internship experience or paper presentation, or if you would have been part of any webinars or virtual sessions like this. Your relevant work experience is a clue for the hiring manager to understand, okay, this candidate has got additional skills apart from academic skills. She has some relevant work experience as an intern. If you would have been part of any internship program, you can describe about that in your resume. So you have to, it's better to have relevant work experience before you complete your graduation. If you come across any internship opportunity or part-time job opportunity or any kind of program, certified programs, I request you to take or grab all those opportunities so that it's going to add value to your profile in the interview process. Great. Seventh point, academic scores, very, very important. I want all of you to be very attentive when I'm talking about this point. please do realize that most of the employers from the market, most of the employers or the companies are looking for graduates with 60% and above aggregate and no backlogs. கண்டிப்பா உங்களுக்கு அரியர்ஸ் இருக்கக்கூடாது. நீங்க முடிச்சு வரப்போவோ இல்ல ஃபைனல் செமஸ்டர்ல கேம்பஸ் இன்டர்வியூஸ் அட்டென்ட் பண்றப்போ if you have any backlogs in your academics, then you may not get the opportunity to be part of the interview process. Kandipa 10th, 12th and UG or PG எல்லாத்துலயுமே 60% and above இருக்கணும். There are very few companies who hire candidates with lesser than 60%. So please start working on your academic scores. Even I don't believe in academic scores. I don't evaluate a candidate's talent through academic scores, but there is no other go. We are also helpless to filter the suitable profiles for the interview process. Am I clear in this point? Point number 7, academic scores.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Fantastic. It's not too late. Kandipa ungaloda degree mudikkiradhukku munadi please ensure, or degree illa, I would say before your 5th semester, if you're an undergraduate, you should have cleared all the backlogs and you should ensure that you have more than 60% in your educational qualification. Fantastic. Point number 8, problem solving skills. இதெல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா employability skillsல தான் வரும். Interview skillsங்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப simple. The skills required to clear the interview process. Of course, point number 1, communication skills. Point number 2, technical skills. Point number 3, your grooming, your body language. It talks a lot about you. Point number 3. Point number 4, resume. Your resume should be up to the mark. In a resume basis, at least 2 to 3 questions are the interview. Point number 5, about your educational details or relevant work experience or additional certification. இதெல்லாம் தான் வந்து interview skills ஆ இருக்கும். And punctuality, definitely. Logical thinking, interview process on time வரது தான் punctuality. Time management, அவங்க interviewல வந்து online test இருக்கு. If you have to solve, if you have to complete aptitude round, if you have to answer 60 questions in 40 minutes, then you must be good in planning and execution. Which section has to be attended first, which section has to be attended at the last. Apo, it talks about time management. And logical thinking, if the interviewer is questioning you the same question, or if the question is repeated in a different way, you shall be able to think logically, answer and stick on to the previous answer. For example, what is your salary expectation? Sir, I expect 30 to 40,000 in my first job. Then point blank, you should think and understand that if you're going to quote over than the budget, or if you're going to quote much lesser than the budget, it may create a chance for the hiring manager to think, are you the right resource? Market industry reality தெரியல, market situation தெரியலன்னு கூட think பண்றதுக்கான probability இருக்கு. So these are the few interview skills which you should start working as a job seeker. Any questions? Let me take a pause, or let me pause for a minute. Any questions? If you're unable to mute and talk, if you're unable to unmute and talk, you can make use of the chat window, girls. I'm looking forward for some exciting questions now. Anything, it could be related to interview skills. Any questions, please? 201 participants. Let's assume out of 201, there are 195 students. At least I shall be able to come across 10 plus questions. Sangamitra, definitely I can answer your question. Ma'am, can you say what to answer when they ask how much salary do you expect? You can, first and foremost, you shall be prepared to quote the salary slab for this question. For that, you have to do industry research. So there are two different tasks: pre-interview process and post-interview process, or pre-interview preparation and post-interview preparation. ஒரு கம்பெனிக்கு வேலைக்கு போறதுக்கு, ஒரு ஜாப்க்கு அப்ளை பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி அந்த கம்பெனி பத்தின ஹிஸ்டரி உங்களுக்கு தெரியணும். Plus, you must know what is the salary offered for this particular position across the industry. For example, Capgemini ஒரு commerce graduate interview attend பண்ணி A2 profile க்கு shortlist ஆகுறாங்க. Process associate or trainee associate for banking, financial services, insurance sector க்கு அப்படின்னா, if their package is 1.75 lakh per annum, இதே slab தான் மற்ற கம்பெனிஸும் கொடுக்குறாங்க, இல்ல அதிகமா கொடுக்குறாங்கன்னா, what is that different? அங்க வந்து bond இருக்கா, இல்ல service agreement இருக்கா? How is that offer is different from this offer? So you must have some basic knowledge about salary package being offered for freshers in this particular industry. அது ஒரு groundwork நீங்க பண்ணணும். Second, to answer this question, you can always say, see, as a fresher, I'm always keen to get into a reputed company like yours. So I'm okay to accept the offer given by the company. And I'm sure being a reputed organization, the package which offer is pretty decent for a fresher to survive. Is that clear, Sangamitra?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. One question, Dana. No more questions? Varshini, can we do our higher studies in correspondence? Correspondence spelling தப்பு. So typos கொஞ்சம் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. Correspondence course or distance education. You can just replace this word with a word called distance education while working in a company. Yes, we can do, but why do you want to do that? I mean, it depends upon the situation. According to me, a graduate and a postgraduate are offered of the same package. Post-graduation nala periya difference irukku, initial stage la engirathu enoda thought. Periya difference irukadungirathu enoda thought. For example, if a company is hiring a graduate and postgraduate for the same position, there may not be difference in salary. However, a graduate who completes the graduation, or a final year student who completes a graduation, works in a company for 2 to 3 years, then pursues post-graduation, then it makes sense. Because post-graduation mudikrappo unga kaila 2 to 3 years of experience irukku. And moreover, pursuing post-graduation in correspondence may not add great value to your academic profile. Knowledge gaining process இருக்குமே ஒழிஞ்சு at work அது பெருசா in general for corporate jobs பெருசா value add பண்ணும் அப்படிங்கிறது பண்ணாது அப்படிங்கிறது என்னோட opinion. Is that clear? Varshini? Okay, great. And when we have a chance to interact, why is that we are using chat window? Can we get into live interaction, please? I love to do that. Yes.
Ma'am, if the interviewer asks us what are the weakness of ours, ma'am, what should we answer for that, ma'am?
Sangamitra, we are going to see one of the topics called SWOT analysis, which talks about this. As a human being, all of us may have some weakness, right? So you can also say, or you can also answer to this question saying that I do have certain weaknesses, like 1 or 2 examples, which should not be a weakness for the, your weakness should not be affecting the growth of the organization. So adanal neenga konjam careful ah irukanum. You can say that, yes, I do have some of the weaknesses like being lazy or being postponing things. I'm a kind of a person who used to procrastinate, but I have realized that it is my weakness and I have started working on, I've started improving my time management skills. That can be the expected realistic answer from the candidate.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, great. There are a few more questions in the chat window. Let me answer one by one. Is there a demand for an MBA graduate from abroad in India? I don't think so, because we do have a lot of good, highly ranked universities in India to do MBA. But if you pursue MBA in India or outside the country, please ensure that you choose the reputed university or institution. Just an MBA is not going to add value, but what kind of exposure do you get by pursuing that MBA in a reputed institution matters a lot. Reshma,
Okay, ma'am.
tell us how to attend a abroad interview. Deepika, interview process is similar. It's not like the interview process in India is going to be different from other countries. Because even if you're from India, the companies which you may work or which you may get job opportunity could be a multinational company whose headquarters could be in UK or US. So the final round of client interview or the interview process would have been finalized by the head office. It's a similar kind of interview process. But நீங்க கேக்குற questionக்கான meaning வந்து abroadல இருக்கிற job opportunities எப்படி identify பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு கேக்குறீங்களா தீபிகா? Deepika S. Tell us how to attend abroad varadu, an abroad interview or an interview process from overseas company. Are you there, Deepika? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What
Ma'am,
a
the way
question.
of question will be the same or any other difference, ma'am?
The interview process is completely depending upon the mindset of the hiring manager, right? But in general, the rounds of the interview or the questions are typical or similar or more logical and relevant. Irrelevant questions எப்போதுமே இருக்காது, Deepika.
Okay, ma'am.
How to impress the interviewer and get selected? It's a very big question, Rishika, to answer. First and foremost, do not expect to get selected in all the interview processes. It could be a shocking answer, but let me explain in detail. Every interview process or every interview process requirement is different. Some companies may hire only female candidates. Some companies may hire only male candidates. Some companies may hire only candidates from close by distance, meaning 5 to 10 kilometers from the reporting office. Some companies may hire people or candidates above 60%, or the requirement differs, right? So the aim is not to get selected in all the interview process. Your aim has to be to do your best in all the interview process, because the interview results may change as per the requirement. Give your best. If you get selected, well and good. If you don't get selected or if you're rejected, nothing to worry, which means there is always hope for improvement. Just identify and work on that area. Is that clear, Rishika?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In எல்லா இன்டர்வியூலயும் நம்ம மட்டும் தான் செலக்ட் ஆகும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கான இதுல. But generally, to impress the interviewer, just understand what is their expectation. In many interview processes, I've come across a lot of people who suffer or who struggle to understand what is being expected from them. First 5 minutes la ungalku purinjirano. What is the expectation of the interviewer in you as a candidate to fit into the job position? Are they looking for a smart worker? Are they looking for a logical thinker? Are they looking for a data entry person? Are they looking for Excel skill set in you? என்ன எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன்ங்கிறத நீங்க ப்ரோ பண்ணி புரிஞ்சுக்கணும், இல்ல அவங்களோட இன்ட்ராக்ஷன்ல உங்களால புரிஞ்சுக்க முடியணும். ஸோ டோன்ட் பி ப்ரெஜுடிஸ். ஒரு க்ளோஸ் மைண்டட்ல போகாதீங்க. இதுதான் கேட்பாங்க, இதை கேட்கவே மாட்டாங்க. டெக்னிக்கலா ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருங்க, லாஜிக்கல் திங்கரா இருங்க, பி குட் இன் கம்யூனிகேஷன். ரெஸ்ட் எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் குவைட் ஈஸி. இட்ஸ் நாட் அ கேக் வாக் ப்ராசஸ் டு கிளியர். Sorry, it is a cakewalk process. Interviewங்கிறது ஒரு cakewalk process. ரொம்ப simple தான். So don't think too much. Anu, how can we politely say that I have no idea what question the interviewer is asking? How do we react in that situation? Okay, Anu, I request you to type all your questions in the open forum, not one-on-one to me, because other candidates will also come across such when it's an opportunity for them to learn. So how to say no? Is that your question, Anu?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. இப்போ ஒரு கொஸ்டின் கேக்குறாங்க உங்களுக்கு தெரியல ஆர் இப்போ ஒரு விஷயம் ஆர் யூ willing to work in night shift அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாங்க பட் உங்க பேரண்ட்ஸ் கண்டிப்பா உங்களை நைட் ஷிஃப்ட்டுக்கு விட மாட்டாங்கன்னு உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா yes I will work in the night shift னு false promise பண்ணாதீங்க. Probably you can say I would love to work in any shift. However, I wish to check with my parents because end of the day they have to decide. Because I wish to stay in this organization for a longer time. I don't want to waste the opportunity. நான் நோங்கிறதையே இவ்வளோ different waysல சொல்லியிருக்கேன்னு புரியுதா உங்களுக்கு?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you have to communicate smartly. You have to be confident enough to say no if no is to be said. எல்லா இடத்துலயும் எஸ் சொல்லணுங்கிற அவசியம் கிடையாது. Great. Any more questions? All right. So let's move on to the first topic called goal setting. What is your goal? I want all of you to answer, participate. What is your goal? One word answer in the chat window, please. Make it fast. I'm looking forward for some exciting answers. What is your goal? Girls, am I audible? Hope you're not physically present and mentally absent. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can see Rishika, banker, Sangamitra, to get into a higher position in an organization, to be in a government job, to study MBA in Canada, company secretary. Make it fast. Let's see who's going to answer first. Startup. Very good, Reshma. I like your confidence. If you ask me, am I a person to start my own organization? I'll definitely say no as of now. Because to start own company, you must have a confidence, or you must have a proper plan for that. Any more answers? Come on. See, these are the golden opportunities or platforms created by the college management for you all to interact with industry people. It is also a kind of an internship, I would say, because you are interacting with someone who is hiring candidates from the market. This will help you to understand what is the expectation by the employer. To work in MNC or start a textile business. All right. Any more answers? Now, pata names I'm not finding any new participants. Bhavani, very good. You want to become a lecturer? Fantastic. Which is your favorite subject, Bhavani? All right. These answers have helped me to understand that you all are yet to set a specific goal for your career. For example, I want to get into a government job. When you say government job, Abhinaya, in the department, UPSC exam crack panuma, the TNPC exam crack pani pokanma. What kind of a government job? I want to be in the health department. I want to be in the income tax department. I want to be in revenue department. I want to get job in PWD department. You have to be very specific. Adhika perudha vandu goal setting ana key topic. It's all about goal setting. Your goal has to be very smart. SMART stands for? What do you mean by SMART goal? Any idea? We'll discuss that. Specific. S in the word SMART stands for specific. You have to be very specific. I want to get a job in MNC. which company you want to get into. There are a lot of MNCs. If you say, when someone questions you, what is your goal? You have to say, ma'am, I have a short-term goal and long-term goal. My short-term goal is to become an employee in finance and accounting process. My short-term goal is to become an accountant. My short-term goal is to become a business analyst in reputed company like Barclays, or I want to be an IT person in XYZ company. Other specific goal, other short-term goal. My long-term goal is to become an expert or to start my own company or whatever it is. Do you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Girls, can you all unmute yourself? Come on. Please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Now, I did not ask you to answer. I want all of you to unmute. Unless there is a background noise, you don't have to unmute. But others, you can unmute. Have you understood the difference between short-term goal and long-term goal?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So now let me rephrase your question. What is your goal? Can you please make use of the chat window and answer?
I have short goal that to get placed in as a techie.
Right. What is your long-term goal?
It's all about to get placed in Indian Air Force now. Long-term goal.
Content development, because there's a lot of background noise, Priyadarshini. I could not get your answer clearly.
Ma'am, short-term goal is to get a placement as techie, ma'am, and long-term goal is to be in Indian Air Force.
Fantastic, lovely. Any other answers? What is your goal? What is your goal to attend this particular workshop today? Let me start from there. What is your goal to attend this workshop today?
To learn things, ma'am.
Again, nammaloda answer
To know
specific.
about the interview and resume.
Okay, great. How about others?
To improve our interview skills, ma'am.
Very good, very good. Abhinaya பேசுறப்பவே நல்ல கான்ஃபிடென்ட்டா கிளியரா பேசணும். To know more about interview process, all right? Any other answers? See, if you do something that must to develop your skills. What skills? Soundarya, cooking skills, dressing skills, beauty skills. Be specific. So this is learning number one. Whenever there is a question, whenever there is an answer from you, you have to be clear and specific in your answer. My goal through this workshop is to learn interview skills and to be a successful interviewee in any of the interview process. Is my answer very clear and specific?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
எந்த ஒரு क्वेश्चனுக்குமே உங்களோட ஆன்சர் ரொம்ப கிளியராகவும் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காகவும் டு த பாயிண்டாகவும் இருக்கணும். So that should be one of your takeaways from this workshop. All right, I'm going to reshare my screen. Just look at the picture and tell me or share your interpretation. What do you understand from this picture?
Achieving our target.
Teamwork, ma'am. Her team has completed its target.
Okay. What else? Any other interpretation? Any other thought process?
Enjoying the work.
Okay. It's just a simple picture for goal setting. Let me move on to the next picture.
It's about technology
Okay.
field.
It's just simple. You have to aim to reach your goal. So simple as that. ஒரு கோல் இருக்குன்னா அந்த கோலை ரீச் பண்றதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்பரான எய்ம் இருக்கணும். எய்ம் இருந்தா மட்டும்தான் யூ கேன் ரீச் யோர் கோல். அதர்வைஸ் இது ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் கேம் இல்லையா? bow and arrow, there will be a board where you have to aim. நீங்க அந்த ஸ்மால் சர்க்கிள்குள்ள உங்களோட arrow போய் பஞ்ச் ஆச்சுன்னா you will get the full score. இதே அந்த arrowக்கு அந்த ஸ்மால் சர்க்கிள்க்கு வெளியில இருக்கிற ஒயிட் சர்க்கிள் or brown சர்க்கிள்ல போய் பஞ்ச் பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களோட ஸ்கோர்ஸ் கம்மியாயிட்டே போகும். This is just a simple example to talk about goal setting. You have to have a clear vision and aim to reach your goal is all about this, all about the picture. All right, goal setting as a job seeker or a student. According to me, this would be the strategy. Can someone read all 6 points for me?
Set goal, make plan, get to work, stick to it, reach goal, good job.
Okay, so when there is a question or there is an activity in virtual mode of sessions like this, if you want to be the first participant, the person on the other side may expect you to raise your hand. நீங்க Zoom already use பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா? This particular crowd, there are 200 plus participants now. There are different emojis and symbols in the Zoom platform. Hope you know to use it, right? I'm sure you must be. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to raise your hand. Fantastic. Who's the one who read? Can you please read again? Goal setting is nothing but please set your goal. As a student, if your goal is to complete your graduation with good academic scores, then that should be your goal. To meet that goal, you have to make a plan. Let's take this scenario. Let's do a case study or let's do a research. As a final year student, I need to complete my graduation with good academic scores and to have a job offer in hand from a reputed company. இதை நம்ம ஒரு கேஸ் ஸ்டடியா பண்ணலாமா? ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டியா எடுத்து பண்ணலாமா? கோல் செட்டிங்க்கு இத ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிளா எடுத்து நம்ம பண்ணலாமா?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Statement is, as a job seeker or as a student, I have to complete my graduation with good academic scores and I should have a job offer letter from a reputed company before I complete my graduation. இதுதான் உங்களோட கோலா இருந்ததுன்னா step number 1, you have to plan for it. Make a plan. So how do I get good score? How do I get good scores in my academic? So I have to clear all model test, class test, periodic test, semester test without any backlogs. I have to ensure to secure 60% and above. Second semester, third semester, fourth semester, fifth semester, 6th semester, aim panninonu. That could be too late. Sometimes, suppose 6th semester you miss aiduchna, then you will be a graduate with backlogs. Ungala campus interviews la participate panna mudiyama pogalam. Is that point clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So once you aim for that, you have to plan your schedule. So I have to be attentive to all my classes. I have to be regular to my virtual session or face-to-face classes or trainings. And I have to participate in all the training programs offered by the college management or the placement cell from the college. I have to be part of all the placement activities. So idella na ungaloda plan irukkanum. Once your plan is ready, right, then you have to start working towards your plan. Attending the interview alone is not your goal. Clearing the interview process is your goal. For example, if you're appearing for a campus interview process, company A, and the company A la neenga attend pandradhukku munadi, you have to approach your placement cell to understand what is the job description from the company. Company A la enna requirement? Are they hiring any graduate or are they hiring only science graduate or commerce graduate? What is the eligibility criteria? Eligibility criteria kapro, what are the offers from the company? Salary package evlo taranga? What is the time zone? What is the work location? What are the future opportunities? இதெல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் you have to register your name. It's because to avoid the attrition towards the end of the hiring process. A friend attend பண்றாங்க நான் attend பண்றதும் a friend attend பண்ணலங்கிறதுனால நான் attend பண்ணாம இருக்கிறதும் it is not going to help you. Nobody is going to be with you after your graduation. You have to start your own career. You have to step into your career. Clear? So the point is, make a plan, start working towards the plan, stick to the plan. When you prepare a plan, there must be plan A, plan B, plan C. Stick to the plan. If plan A doesn't work, you have to go with plan B. If it doesn't work, you can go for plan C, whatever it is. Reach your goal and you will get a good offer letter in hand. You will have a job offer letter from reputed company. This is the strategy to set your goal as a job seeker or as a student. Any question here?
No, ma'am.
How about others?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, goal. When I say goal setting, your goals should be smart enough. Setting a goal is not important. Setting smart goal is important. So what do you mean by smart goal? Can someone read this for me? Volunteer, please read.
Ma'am, shall I?
Please.
Specific, what do I want to accomplish?
Mhm.
Measurable. How will I measure the achievement of my goal? Achievable. What are the specific steps to reach my goal? Relevant. How does this goal relate to my long-term goals and interests? Time-based. When do I want to complete my goal?
Fantastic. SMART, SMART, SMART stands for specific. What do I want to accomplish? How will I measure the achievement of my goal? What are the specific steps to reach my goal? How does this goal relate to my long-term goals and interest? When do I want to complete my goal? Your goal must be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-based. ரொம்ப கிளியரா இருக்கணும். அந்த கோலுக்கான எஃபர்ட்ஸ் மெஷரபிளா இருக்கணும். அந்த கோல் அச்சீவபிளா இருக்கணும், practically possible இருக்கணும். We cannot have all dramatic goals or cinematic goals. I want to become the superstar of this nation or of this state. I want to be the effective politician. What is the probability of achieving it? அது ரொம்ப ரியலிஸ்டிக்கா இருக்கணும், அச்சீவபிளா இருக்கணும். As a graduate, to get into a multinational company is a realistic goal. As a graduate, to become a government employee is a realistic goal. As a final year graduate or final year student, to secure gold medal 4 semesters வரைக்கும் below average or average இருந்துட்டு last semester or last 2 semesters பண்ற ஸ்கோர்ஸ்னால நீங்க distinction எல்லாம் பாஸ் பண்ண முடியாது, right? So aim something which is realistic, achievable, and it should be time based. எப்போதுமே goal set பண்றப்போ you should have a time limit. I have to achieve this in 3 years of time. I have to achieve this in 5 years of time. I have to definitely get a job offer in my campus interview. So let me participate in all relevant job opportunities. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What does SMART stands for?
Specific. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-based.
Fantastic. You can take a screenshot of this if you want. There is a belief நமக்கு என்ன நடக்கணும்னு நம்ம நினைக்கிறோமோ அதை நம்ம மொபைல் ஸ்கிரீன் சேவர்ல வச்சு நீங்க டெய்லியும் பார்த்துட்டே இருந்தீங்கன்னா it will happen because it will provoke your thought process. So as a job seeker, as a student, please see to it you're more successful in your academic career, also in your professional career. If you want to get into campus interviews, if you want to crack all campus interviews and get good job offer, you have to always think about this for the next 3-4 months, I would say. Right? Right. Finally, I want to close this topic saying that a goal without a plan is just a wish. It cannot be a goal. You cannot reach your goal at all. Setting a goal, for example, every new year number a resolution set panirpom, right? Do we have the habit of taking resolution every new year?
No, ma'am.
Is there someone who wish or who takes the resolution for every new year that from this year I have to
Yes,
be more
ma'am.
energetic? Yeah. But do we keep up that resolution?
But working hard for that, ma'am.
I know, I totally agree. But a goal without a plan is just a wish. So please see to it, if you set a goal, if you set a smart goal, there must be a plan to reach your goal. And I wish all of you that you have to have a smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-based, short-term goals and long-term goal to be achieved and to be more successful. This is about goal setting. If there is any questions about goal setting, I request you to post a question now. Let me pass for 2 minutes. I'm looking forward for some questions. Malar, Lalita, you have raised your hand. Any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Any questions related to goal setting, please? Any questions? Yes, no?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, Sangamitra. How about others? Bhavani, thanks. Let's move on to the next topic called SWOT analysis. What do you mean by SWOT analysis?
Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat.
Fantastic, Narmada. You have just spoke about the expansion of SWOT. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. There is something called SWOT analysis. Okay, there is an attendance link in the chat window from your college team. You can just take 2 minutes to finish off your attendance. Make it fast. I can give you 2 minutes right away so that we can discuss about SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis. Once you're done with your attendance, please text in the chat window that you're done. Girls, have you all marked your attendance?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. In general, SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's kind of a research which can be carried out by an individual or an entity or organization to understand the current position of theirs, to understand their strength and weakness, also competitions in the market. It's a kind of an analysis. As an individual, நம்ம இதை apply பண்றப்போ, especially as a job seeker, because you know what is your goal now. You know what is your SMART goal now. You know what is your short-term goal and long-term goal now. To achieve this goal, you must have a plan. To prepare your plan to achieve your goal, you must know what is your strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Am I right? That was a question. Am I right? நம்ம ஒரு கோல் செட் பண்ணியாச்சு. அந்த கோலை அச்சீவ் பண்றதுக்கு நமக்கு ஒரு பிளான் வேணும். அந்த பிளானை ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்றப்போ you must have done SWOT analysis. You must know what is your strength as a job seeker. You must know what is your weakness as a job seeker. You must know what is your opportunity as a job seeker. You must know what is your threat as a job seeker. Before we get into examples, I want to explain you the difference between internal factors and external factors. Strengths and weaknesses are your internal factors, which is in your control. You can always modify it. But opportunities and threats are your external factors. உங்களால அதை control பண்ண முடியாது. Then you can be prepared for it. You can escape from it. For example, உங்களோட personal qualities, technical skills, communication skills, right? Computer skills, இதெல்லாம் உங்களோட strength இருக்கலாம். Laziness, procrastination, lack of communication, lack of technical skills, இதெல்லாம் உங்களோட weakness இருக்கலாம். For example, you can modify this at any point of time. You can always overcome your weakness. You can always double your strengths. It is in your control. But opportunities and threats are external factors. Or company job opportunities and நீங்க close பண்ணவோ, numbers increase பண்ணவோ பண்ண முடியாது. It is not in your control, right? ஒரு கம்பெனில ஒரு 10 ரெக்வயர்மெண்ட் இருக்குன்னா அந்த 10 ரெக்வயர்மெண்ட்டை 5 மாத்த முடியாது, 20 மாத்த முடியாது, ஆர் நீங்க நினைச்சா அந்த கம்பெனிக்கு செலக்ட் ஆக முடியாது. You should meet the expectation of the organization. Likewise, threats, social barriers. There could be a lot of threats. The barriers which stops your career but still not in your control. அதெல்லாம் தான் உங்களோட threat. The barrier which stops your career, which stops your growth, but in your control are the weakness. Out of your control is called threat. உங்களோட personal qualitiesனால உங்களுக்கு job offer வரல, interview crack பண்ண முடியல, exams clear பண்ண முடியலன்னா அது உங்களோட weakness. But for example, COVID மாதிரியான ஒரு unexpected situation, natural disaster, political challenges, communal challenges, ஒரு ஸ்டேட் எலெக்ஷன்னால ஒரு கம்பெனியோட இன்டர்வியூ ப்ராசஸ் ஹோல்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, டிஎன்பிசி ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட் ஹோல்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, யூபிஎஸ்சி எக்ஸாமினேஷன்ஸ் ஹோல்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இதெல்லாம் வந்து external factors which are not in your control. These are called threats, but you can be prepared for it. Now, hope you have understood the difference between strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. You have a task now, just 2 minutes task. Quickly type your strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats in the chat window. I want all of you to type one strength, one weakness, one opportunity, one threat in the chat window to make me understand that you have understood the definition. Please make it fast.
Girls, you can either type in the chat box or you can unmute and speak.
Yes. No, I want them to type in the chat window all 4 points together. Divya, strength taniya abdi illa. I will understand. Strength / weakness / opportunity / threat / This SWOT analysis outcome should be more relevant to your goal setting. Number discuss pandra rendu topic me, it's more relevant. Step-by-step process to be more successful in your interview process. Probably, girls, I'll type one of the examples like this could be my SWOT analysis outcome. This is my answer. One of the examples as a fresher. See, being a fast learner is my strength. Being short-tempered is my weakness. Any multinational company could be my opportunity to begin my career. And competition, other competitors are my threat. How about others? Please make it fast. I'm looking forward for some more interesting responses and replies. We've got just 4 more minutes. We have to close the session sharp by 1:59. Right, girls, I really want you to work on this particular task and come back with some unique ideas, because now you know what is goal setting, how a goal setting has to be. It has to be more smart and specific. Sorry, it has to be a SMART goal. It can be a short-term goal and long-term goal. I really want you to come up with some realistic outcome through this SWOT analysis. Sit through, realize, understand as a job seeker, as per the expectation from the market, what are the strengths do you have? What are the weaknesses you have? What are the opportunities you have? What are the threats you have? There is one more slide which I just quickly want to show you. As I've told you, strengths and weaknesses are internal factor, opportunities and threats are external factor. Strengths and opportunities are the positive qualities. Your weakness and the threat, fear for the threat could be the negative qualities. As a strength, you can understand what professional qualities do I have or do you have? What do you do well? What is the level of my education? What is my biggest achievement? What personal qualities do I possess? These tips will help you to understand what is your strength as a job seeker. For weaknesses, what am I bad in? What can I improve? What are my personal flaws? What tasks do I usually avoid doing? What are the roots of my failures? What are my personal flaws? Here it is not flaws, it is flaws. F-L-A-W-S. There is a typo. Opportunities. What trends do I see in my professional area? Can I obtain better education to get that opportunity? Can I get noticed? Can I work something different? Who can support me in achieving my goals? Threats. What obstacles do I face? Who or what may get in my way? Are there changes in labor policies? Is technology changing my professional field? Am I marketable? You can just take a screenshot of it. I really want you to do a home assignment on this. Please do come with lot of ideas and thoughts which will help you to, progress in your way. Pretty clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic.
Yes,
And,
ma'am.
I hope today's session has been informative for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Very informative, ma'am.
I wish to cover 2 more topics tomorrow. One, resume writing and interview tips and tricks, along with a profile creation and management. Looking forward for more interaction and energy tomorrow. If we start tomorrow's session with some SWOT analysis outcome of yours, I'll be really interested and happy to hear that. Thank you so much. With that, Shanmuga Priya ma'am, I would like to end today's session. Apologies that I couldn't switch on my video today because of the technical glitch, but I'll ensure that tomorrow I'm in a full-fledged video mode.
Thank you so much, Kanchana ma'am, for the excellent session. Lot of insights today. So hope it would be a great session for our students and they will implement it. And tomorrow, before the start of the session, as ma'am clearly mentioned, please do the SWOT analysis and let us start the session with that. On that note, I insist that we have posted the feedback link in the chat box. So please request you all to fill in this feedback link for the e-certificates. And tomorrow we'll meet up the timing for tomorrow. We will text you in the WhatsApp group. 12:30 same timing tomorrow too. As ma'am mentioned, there are a lot more topics to be covered tomorrow. So please don't miss the session. And as per her request, please be more interactive so the session will be more interesting. So thank you so much, Kanchana ma'am, for the wonderful session.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. I will meet the crowd tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.